letting for the green to go.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and slide some of these characters to the side, as their players are not yet here. I think that's everyone.
Doopa 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 doo. And okay, we are live. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello world. Hello everyone. I need to do my advertisements.
Advertisements.
I hate. I'm not a fan of doing this, but yeah, I do this.
Plug, plug, plug.
Wait, switch to. Oh wait,
Shameless
wrong.
plugging.
I will open your stream if I still had the link, and I would give you like 5 cents.
There's
Probably
that.
not even 5 cents.
You gotta get that quarter of a penny.
It's okay. It doesn't do anything for me. I
Then why are
really-
you doing it?
Because it's a hobby and I like doing it.
But I mean, why have ads if it doesn't do anything?
Right.
Yeah, that just seems kind of like annoying.
Well, I mean, it needs to get generate a certain amount of views for them to actually think about giving me the money. If I get to like enough to get $100, they'll give me $100.
Oh yeah, I remember I had a friend who did YouTube a couple years ago, and they had that kind of thing.
Yeah, you have to get a certain amount for them to be like, yeah, you deserve this money, kind of thing.
Hey, give
YouTube
me.
now has a 10,000 viewer count requirement.
Yeah. Oh yeah, YouTube did that thing, and it was just bleh.
Well, I'm ready to get started when you guys are.
Okay.
Okay. Well, there is no I guess. It's showtime. The time is now. So some ground rules before we get started. This is a new system. We agreed that we'd try it out for a month. If we find that something's not to our liking, we have the option of moving on to other things. But I'm really hoping that we can all enjoy this, at least for the next handful of months. Kind of like how we did Anima. We did that for about half a
Bam.
year, and I'm thinking this will probably last us at least that long, assuming
Oh.
we don't hit anything bad in the next month. So, that said, because it's new, we will have some hang-ups, some learning periods, as I don't think anyone has played this system before.
Mm-mm.
So there will be some opportunity for us to read up on the rules a bit, and that may make the first few games on the slower side, at least on the more rule-intensive stuff, like perhaps combat. But my plan is that we'll iron those out as swiftly as possible, and we'll be back on the road.
There we go.
So let's see here. Any other ground rules? Because of the way this system works, in that no one can fail, or at least fail completely, it means that every single action has a consequence. You either succeed at what you're trying to do, or you fail and something happens because of it. Either way, the story is constantly moving forward because of the actions. That said, I can't just take the first person in line every time, because it means only one person gets to move the story. So because of that, I propose that we all roll initiative using this system, and I keep everyone the turn tracker.
Damn it.
And then I just go through the turns, and every time we make a group decision or need to, I ask the person whose turn is up next.
Okay.
Cool.
So let's go ahead and get that started right now.
I was trying to see if I could add the in-game overlay so I could so people could tell when people are talking, because that's the only problem.
How do I roll initiative?
It is, in this system, it's an agility roll.
Oh god.
You just go to your agility and click on it.
Boop. 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 9.
22.
I am
I don't-
9.
I explosive rolled that D8. Nice.
Alright, now assuming everyone rolled the right thing, which it looks like you guys did, we just need to put the numbers in the tracker. Sicaria, how did you get your initiative to roll?
I clicked on my token. I went on the sheet. Right to the left of lethal damage is speed. Click that and it will roll it and add everything.
Speed.
Oh yeah, it's right there. It does say in little letters, click the roll initiative. That's very true.
Where?
That'll be useful. I don't think we need her clock.
Right under your hit points. And right up next to lethal damage.
Actually, Kerclocken actually does have his own initiative. So he'll just be last, as he'll largely just do what Claire does.
Oh, Kerclocken.
Okay, Clacton.
Kerclocken clocks people.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now that we got turn order done, and we discussed the rules briefly, let's go ahead and start the adventure.
Yeah.
So this world was one of your guys' own creation. It's called Azar. It's a world filled with magic and fantasy and adventure. Think more of a medieval time period. However, everyone can use magic. That means that even the lowest of citizen to the highest of king has supernatural powers at their disposal. This is a very magically advanced world. That means your cities and towns are not just regular medieval townscapes. They are also places of advanced magical technology. You have teleportation paths that get you from place to place. You have stations where you can mount magical beasts that give you faster travel. Overhead, you occasionally have dragon riders flying over the city. It's just a place of magic and mystery. We're going to start off in the city of Valeth. Valeth is a city-state,
Okay.
self-governing, and ruler of a country-sized portion of the world. They're very magically advanced. Their citizens have their own journal entry for you to read up on. They're also very diverse. We have everything from humans to many different kinds of demi-humans. And you guys are part of the Topaz Fang Force. That is an individual squad that's part of the Vanguard branch of the military for the Valeth city-state. You guys, for one reason or another, have opted to join the Vanguard. Perhaps you wanted more money. Perhaps you needed more fame. Maybe you just need permission to access greater power and the opportunity to find more wealth and accomplishments. Whatever your reason, you guys now find yourselves in the TFF's barracks. Let me go ahead and
I gave myself a health bar.
Me too.
good job.
Yeah.
I remembered how to do that when you click on your character.
Mm-hmm. Hey, is the Topaz Fang Force barracks just a Skyrim picture? Actually, it might not be.
Potentially. Where's it at?
It's right
Okay,
here.
Yeah, it doesn't look quite right, but yeah, it reminds me of it.
It kind of looks a bit like a untextured properly Fang Force kind of thing, I guess.
Huh?
It looks like if Skyrim's this one looks like Oblivion.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Oblivion.
It looks nice regardless.
It does look nice regardless. The chicken looks fake as fuck though.
My bad.
It's not your fault, man. It's the person who made this.
No, yeah, those legs are so far away from the.
Yeah, that's definitely Skyrim.
They're magical chickens. You can't.
Oh, the turn order disappeared.
Like you normally would.
The turn order disappeared, man.
That would be because I did a bad
Uh,
thing.
Okay.
Did it bad.
Do you want us to just move ourselves down there?
You can move down there and place yourselves as you see fit. It
Uh,
is your new home.
well, for the time being.
At the place for giants.
I'm gonna be
It
with
is big enough that you larger folk can squeeze in, and while there's not exactly furniture for you, you find a means to get comfy. Of
I-
course, Kerklunken probably doesn't need a chair.
Kerklunken.
Is that his name?
Kerklunken. He's like a clock. I guess he can.
So wait, he constantly ticks.
You could.
He could.
It's like tick, 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 tick. Every time he moves, is like more ticking.
I like to hope that he has like a clock built in, and like every hour he chimes.
It goes gong.
Oh jeez.
It probably hurt my people listening in.
Mhm.
But it's actually like a really cheery, like little tiny tune. Like,
It depends upon Claire's. It's whatever Claire wants.
Well, let's go ahead and go around the table, as this will be a great opportunity for you guys to introduce yourselves. This is the morning of the first day that the Topaz Fang Force is grouping up. You've received your orders to report for duty, more or less, and so you all arrive at your various points in time, find comfortable places, and now is a good time to introduce each character. I'll start at the top of Baron.
So Baron, he stands up, at about around 9'8" tall, a very, very tall person, very muscular, and he looks around to the room, and he introduces himself in a very boisterous voice. Greetings, I am Baron. It is nice to meet you. And right when he replies, he always speaks up.
Well, Sicaria's turn.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Baron. I am Sucardia. That's about it. She's still just kind of taking a seat.
Also, be sure to describe what you look like.
Right. She has very obnoxiously long red hair, golden eyes, and like how the fuck do I describe that? It's like a branch growing out of her head, like an antler.
It is an antler. You're just missing the other one.
Yeah.
Looks like he got chopped off.
With an axe, I'm assuming.
Or maybe just...
So that's
it was a
how,
bad hair day.
Yeah, that's how Guinevere introduces herself. Like, oh, looks like you got chopped off with an axe.
Well, no. Okay, that was just like my random thought. I probably said it. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Hi, I am Guinevere. This is my sister Claire. It's wonderful to meet you all. I'm glad you guys could join us. This is not my first time doing this. Last couple party members didn't really last. I hope you guys live.
Also, describe what you look like.
Okay. I am a very short girl, around 4'4". Other than her outfit that she wears, is a bit tattered, but it's still in working order. Other than that, she wears no shoes, and doesn't seem to be wearing anything underneath as well. She has long hair, black hair that goes down her back, and on her hands, a Celtic triskel is what it's called, is on her hands, and it's the same for Claire.
Celtic what?
Triskel.
Sort of like swirlies.
It's like three swirls that like kind of combine into one as like one giant swirl, I guess. If you look at the picture, you can see it.
Zoom in really far. Claire, you can go ahead and take your turn.
Well, Claire is just sort of sitting by the fire with her Klocken just sort of standing over her. And she nods as Gwyn sort of introduces her, and she just quietly says, yes, I shall help you stay alive.
Gwyn has done this before, everyone.
Be sure to
Oh,
mention
yeah.
the elephant in the room.
Huh?
Kerclocket.
Oh, this I made this. He is mine. He protects me.
He
Do
is-
not touch him.
He is big, and I touch him because she's allowed. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Kerclock. Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky.
Is there
Sisters.
a problem with your voice? It seems awfully quiet.
She just sort of stares at her.
You gotta describe yourself.
Yes, so she is the same size as Gwyn, and it's obviously her twin, although sort of mirrored in some ways, I guess. Like, she has black hair, and then Claire has white hair. And we're both missing eyes, right?
Yeah,
Like
well,
mirrored.
mine is covered by hair.
Yeah, and Claire has a big eye patch. And...
With the
oh, you didn't mention that Gwyn has, like, wings.
oh yeah, she does have like little faint fey wings on her back.
Because Claire doesn't have fairy wings.
You also appear
And-
to be missing an eye.
Well, yeah, we're missing eyes on opposite sides. So like if
Yeah.
mine's on our left, hers on our right, kind of thing. So we look like a reflection of each other, kind of like literally a reflection.
I can
Okay.
fix your eye if you need it, which I suggest you do. Not having one is dreadfully impairing.
Well, it's not that big of a deal, and she like pulls up back her hair to show the eye is completely red. I get used to it.
That looks extremely unhealthy.
It's not. It doesn't bother me.
So, Baron, you are of the Norn race. It's very obvious, as you are twice everyone else's size, if not more.
You're
And,
definitely taller than me
like-
and Claire.
Like, you are about as tall as Kerclocken there. And it's just, when you had thoughts of battle, glory, fame, or whatever other things that drive you Norns, this was not exactly what you pictured. Fighting alongside diminutive girls and very effeminate men.
Let's see. So Baron looks between the three of them and go, so where are the rest of the members? You know, besides the children.
Excuse me. I am 20 years old, for your information. She kind of gets up.
Yes,
And the young lady.
he said besides the children.
I ain't. There's no children in here.
Baron will just look
Sure.
down at Guinevere.
Guinevere looks up at you, kind of angrily.
Child, where are your parents?
My parents are dead.
Unfortunate.
As far as
Did
I
they
know.
die in a glorious battle?
No, I have no clue how they died.
Unfortunate once again.
At the mention of parents, Claire just sort of looks down and kind of sad.
Either way, I am the
guess
local.
Baron would notice that.
Either way,
Huh?
looking up at Baron, I am the local druid. I'm the one to help guide you through the venture we're about to go on. If you don't like it, well, I'm afraid you're out of luck. You need me to go with you if you want to be able to use any magic power of extraordinary size.
Wow.
Baron will laugh boisterously at that. I do not need you to help me with my powers. I cultivate the muscle spirits. My power lies within my boundless muscle. And he flexes grandly.
Can I shapeshift into a gorilla?
You can try, but his flexing muscles have a supernatural force to them. You find it actually very difficult to use your boon in his proximity.
What?
Man, that's some intense muscle spirit.
I'm like,
You
what?
explain it, Baron.
So within muscle spirit cultivates the energy within their muscles, the spirit within their bodies. And in his past for muscle spirit, he cultivates the power of might and basically protection. And he can cancel out boons and banes within his proximity through simply flexing.
Look, this man has some intense muscle spirit.
And-
So,
and she chatted like-
Guinevere, you would actually discern his muscle spirit as being somewhat similar to the druid nullification. So you might have a kinship with him just a bit.
I realized that. I can't use my powers on him. I'm like, and then I look up at him like confused face. Are you a druid?
No, I am a man.
A math?
A man can be a druid.
What is a druid?
That's a good question, Baron.
A druid are those that help the earth and help clarify and clean everyone else from using those so many magic powers that create negative energies. You know, the corruption of the forest and other things that people cause that we're here to help contain.
Corruption.
The Norns, being part of Valith's society, would be aware of the druid's role in the world, unless Baron is especially ignorant of things.
Yeah, he was. He lived in the ocean for most of his life.
So you have no fucking clue. Okay.
Claire sort of looks up at this point and seemingly at random says, I do not wish to be here.
Where do you wish to be?
At home in my cabin.
Okay, then go.
I wish I could.
Remember,
Why can't you? I can fix your leg if you're lame.
it's not like
Speaking
that.
of Guinevere and Claire's cabin, the government decided that they didn't like her holing up and wasting her talents in a shack, and thought she might be a better use serving a vanguard unit instead.
Yep.
When she decided not to heed their suggestion and move out and join a vanguard unit herself, they gave her her papers and tore down her cabin when she wasn't there, which she's always there. So they had to come up and improvise a reason for her to leave. And it was something very silly, but it worked.
Wait, so they took down our cabin?
Was it free ice cream?
Wait, so they took down our cabin? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, they literally took down your cabin when you were not there.
That's oh.
You were basically evoked from your home and then conscripted into service.
Yep,
Because-
you were evicted and then conscripted.
Damn.
Because technically you were living on government dime anyway, so when you didn't go willingly, they decided to force your hand a bit.
So, what is this corruption you speak of?
You know how people use a lot of magic and stuff like that? If you use too much of it, well, it can cause fluctuations, and we'll probably see that when we go over there. To
What
best
proof
explain
do you
it,
have of this?
the fact that that is my purpose to help cleanse this area of it. And
People have many purposes, and not all of them can
Are
be
there any
achieved.
dangers?
Dangers? Well, I mean, other than mythical beasts and many creatures of unknown origin that have yet
That sounds
that
glorious.
need to be
Where
cataloged,
can I go?
I'm assuming a person to tell us what we need to do will come in shortly.
And just as you say that,
A...
that sir actually does show up. Yeah,
I figured you. I was trying to like move it along. You're welcome.
so let's get Bon.
It's always Johannes.
At that point, Johannes shows up. He has parchments in his hand, and he was briefly perusing them as he walks in. Johannes, go ahead and introduce yourself. We're on the tavern-looking space below it. We're in the TFF barracks, and your recently joined members are present.
Alright. Jonas looks up as he enters the room.
Do you need a brief description of who?
Yeah. It's like-
Alright. I'll just keep it brief. Baron is a over 9 foot tall, muscular man wearing very little. He's wearing his boots, he has a large bag next to him, and a very large spear with a flag attached to it. He has a small shield, a net, and a short sword tied to his belt. But he's currently just looking at the man who just entered with the papers curiously.
Please, for the love of God, tell me you have underwear on. Or like cloth.
I mean, you not see it? Yeah, of course he has underwear on.
Okay.
I believe it's called a fundoshi.
This would be very poor.
I'm not sure if Guinevere is actually wearing any underwear.
Well, considering you have a dress on, I don't think anyone's curious right now.
True.
Yeah.
Like, the men of the sea don't need to wear clothes.
Okay, I just did something. How did I do that?
Alright, so Sukaria? Sucks.
Yeah, Johannes, you are aware of everyone in your unit's name, as that was part of the missive you're holding in your hand.
I know, I was just making sure, like, out of character I was pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah, don't worry. I choose the fucking worst names.
Okay, what the fuck? How did I do that?
What did you
Do
do?
what?
I moved Justice's name over my name, and it was weird. Okay.
Oh, you,
I fixed it. I fixed it.
okay.
It's good. It's just like really weird. How did that happen?
Well, as it does not pertain to what we're doing.
Sorry.
Johannes Sokaria, go ahead.
Sukario will raise her hand. She has obnoxiously long, flowing red hair, a dress, and antlers. Well, a singular one. That's me.
We have Claire.
Claire just sort of meekly raises her hand and puts it back down again.
Alright, and Guinevere.
Hi.
Jonas kind of winces as your high-pitched voice reaches his ears and says, right. So what do the two of you look like?
Okay. Claire, you go first then.
4'4", essentially a twin to Gwyn, but sort of mirrored in a way, whereas like she has black hair, I have white hair, and then we're both missing eyes, but sort of mirrored.
Yeah, we're 4 feet 4
And-
inches.
Yeah, and
Exactly, both of
Gwyn
us.
has small sort of like wings, and Claire doesn't have wings. And Gwyn is essentially naked. I mean,
She's
she
wearing
has
a
her dress.
she's wearing a dress that's a bit tattered in places, but other than that, that's it. That's all she wears. And then you also got hand triscles. Both of us have the same hand triscles on both of our hands.
Essentially tattoos that are just sort of like Celtic twisting
Yeah,
thingies.
but it looks like it looks like a part of our skin. Like it's not like a
Like
tattoo.
a birthmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Claire is wearing sort of
The eye patch.
armor that the military has given her because she is kind of weak.
Gotcha. Giannis looks you both up and down, pinches the bridge of his nose, and shakes his head and says, "What exact?"
Oh, and then Kirklockin is the giant golem.
Yep.
Also, something of note. Guinevere, if it's on your list, Guinevere would be noted as a druid. She's the one who's supposed to guide you, as far as I know.
And Claire is a military toy maker.
In this sense, yes. What's with the
Those
squares?
are squares.
Hi, squares.
Baron used to be a fisherman on the sea.
All right.
Oh, those are like notices or something.
Oh, cool.
Aye, aye. Now, Johannes, your team is before you. You are the squad leader of the Topaz Fang force. You recently got out of a meeting with your superior, as well as received some handwritten notices to inform you of the various people that would be in your squad, a little bit of background information on them, and kind of what's going on recently. You've been made aware of a number of different tasks which your squad can undertake, as well as some guidance from your superior. So at this point, you may introduce yourself and corral your people.
Okay. Oh. We're using official ranks, or are you just kind of winging it, by the way?
There are no official ranks in the Vanguard.
Okay. Alright. He looks about you, frowns, and damn it. Fuckers, except you. Johannes looks about him, seems to be appraisingly looking people up and down, frowning, mostly, doesn't seem upset, just taking pains to actually acknowledge what everyone's going on.
He just has a scowl on his face.
Yeah, like he's, a commanding officer or something.
I know that look. I know that look.
He's got a heavy leather jerkin on, and over that is a coat. He wears a long sword and a baldric on over his shoulder, and he's got rather pale hair, almost like platinum blonde, and his skin is a little bit withered, as if he's very used to campaigning and or going out. He looks around you all and says, "Oh, suppose introductions are order. My name is Johannes Lichtenauer. I am your superior officer. Welcome to the Topaz Fangs. I have no idea where exactly you all come from. Bits of paper tell me some things, but imagine your actions and your personalities will tell me vastly different things through the times and the trials we're to have together. That being said, rule number 1. I don't care what you think or what you do. First loyalty is to us. You have to trust in me to make sure to go to the superior officers, and I will do so when it's necessary."
Claire
Tilda.
speaks up and says, "You destroyed my house."
You destroyed the little girl's house?
Yes, it was not fair.
Johannes just raises an eyebrow and says, I really don't remember waking up one morning and leveling a house, so...
I once wrestled a house.
Did you win?
I believe I won. Yeah.
I'll take that's the proverbial you.
Hmm.
He just kind of is very intently looking at Claire, waiting for a response.
What'd you say? We didn't understand what you said.
Oh, he was asking. He was I don't remember waking up and just waylaying a hut.
Not you, but your superiors.
Yes.
So, Johannes, you would have been made aware that one of the people joining your squad was Claire, a prodigy as far as inventions of a magical nature go. However, she's reluctant to leave her home And so the government had it arranged that other members of the Vanguard would remove her house from existence. So that is why she is here.
Wait, like magically removed?
It's gone. To say
Correct.
the least.
Okay, so
When everyone's a magician, there's no need for them to take hammers to a thing.
true. It was like, is it like magic removing will bring it back if you do the work kind of thing?
You might presume that,
Okay.
as when she returned, she found an empty lot.
Just nothing there. All our stuff was there.
She drops her free ice cream. Why?
Giannis just shrugs at her, looks at her lovely, and says, I would be more sympathetic, however, what we do is a lot more important than, well, clockwork. You do realize that we are responsible for the safety and the lives of the civilians here. Truthfully, I'm sorry that you're having to be forced to it, but at the same time, well, more bodies equals less chance that other people die.
Claire just sort of scowls into the fire.
Guinevere goes over and pats your head. It's okay.
Don't worry, child. I am a skilled carpenter. I can build you a home.
We are not children!
Yeah, none of that shit. You, Guinevere.
Yes.
Here's a missive. Go to the quartermaster. Get some actual clothes. I refuse to go with you traipsing about like that.
Oh, that's another thing. Claire is the quartermaster for this squad now.
Oh god damn it!
So-
Quartermaster, looks over.
I pat her head and you say that, I'm
Blame
like,
yourself.
I pat her head and you say that, I'm like, I look over to Claire, I'm like, I'm already here.
Yeah, I shouldn't mention that. Claire, being an inventor, mechanic, genius, she is more than capable of procuring items and or making them for the squad.
So
Obviously, her rank in the Vanguard dictates how much she can make for you guys, as well as your wealth scores. But that said, she should be able to outfit everyone based on wealth.
I know what I can do. So,
Sicario will
Guinevere,
up.
okay.
take the chair and transform it into a better dress. Just toss it over.
I look at that, and then I touch my clothes, and I use my own transmutation to change my clothes.
Those are
Area
not up to-
reputation is 4.
Baron
You
is
are
just
not up
casually
to
flaxing
code. You shall
in
wear
back,
the
actually.
procured armor. Thank you.
Aw, fine. I thought you don't like being part of this anyway, so why are you being a quartermaster anyways?
If we're doing this, we must do it correctly.
that's the spirit.
You know, fun sometimes, sis.
So any mention about Baron?
Baron,
Dress
I
code.
don't even know what to do.
Wait,
It's
how,
a lost cause.
what kind of, are you just holding muscles and and just like,
Baron,
pauldrons?
Loincloth.
Johannes looks at Baron Lovely and says, I insist you at least wear pants.
They are not necessary for what we must do.
Your choice, pants or a kilt.
Ooh, kilt! Go kilt! Kilts are awesome!
What is a kilt?
It's a skirt for men.
It's a man skirt. It's a manly
Over.
man skirt.
Johannes
I
says,
carry armor, but I don't like to wear it all the time. And he points to his bag and he gives it a kick and you hear like a metal clunk.
Ooh, wear that then.
I just said I don't like to wear it all the time. I like the freedom to show off my muscles. And he flexes once again.
I'm sorry, but I'm not attracted to your manly muscles.
He's attractive to say the least.
Jonas' eyes pulls his baldric loose. Doesn't unsheath the sword, but just motions with the tip of the baldric from about your waist to about your ankles, and says, "This, for propriety's sake and for unit cohesion, should be covered, especially in town."
Claire just covers her eyes.
I had no problems in town. Everyone made way for me. It was great.
Yes, can you please stop being a lunatic and put on pants?
Okay.
I will consider your offer.
I mean, I can have you put in a stockade if you prefer.
For what?
Disobeying orders?
Not wearing pants.
I have been told that I am free to wear as I please, as long as I'm not exposing myself.
Which is very darn hard, because just about every angle, it gets a little close.
How are we supposed to travel together? I do not understand.
As
On
far
our
as
legs.
public decency laws go in Valid, due to the magical and or multicultural state of the city, clothing is not strictly enforced, so long as nudity is not shameful. Certain creatures run around without clothes, not because they're indecent, but because that's how they are. As far as Norns go, it's understood that they're a little more barbaric in nature. So they might be allowed to slide just a bit.
Gotcha.
A little
No,
bit of
it's just
sliding.
size. Yeah, it's just size and looks at the roster. Is there anything that brings us through, like, a cold ravine or, like, swamp? Or, like, I don't know, like, through a dense jungle.
The swamp wouldn't be a bad. The jungle wouldn't be that bad. But the cold ravine would suck.
Say that. You
The
say-
cold
say
would
that.
suck. The
You
cold.
say that. You remember, like, all the plants that are in, like, normal jungles and stuff like that, like the thistle bushes, like the ferns, the crap that would just, like, irritate and itch and everything.
That is true.
You would just not be comfortable. Or the desert.
He can get his tan. I'd actually be better off with it. That's it. The rest.
As long as you don't get a sunburn. Sunburn's the most dangerous thing in the desert.
No, he works on the ocean. He's shirtless all day, every day in the sun.
Fair enough.
Alright. So, what was the task that we were given?
Right. So, Johannes, you went ahead and posted up most of the notes on the wall.
Oh.
Some are already there. What they are the various notices made by the townsfolk, made by the council, made by the Vanguard itself, all sorts of requests. As far as the most pressing, nothing in particular. You guys have free choice, as that is the nature of the Vanguard. They're meant to be light and very versatile. So that means that pretty much whatever you decide to do, you can go out and do it immediately. Now, I can either go through the list of things I have written down, or you guys can ask if you're looking for something in particular.
Is there any of them that involves a forest?
Yes, there are about 2 jobs that could relate to that, maybe even 3.
Alright.
Claire has
Well-
Kraken just lift her on his hand.
I mean, while you guys are looking at it, I'm sure Johannes, being the squad leader, would likely have a say first.
Mhm.
Okay, so
What do you think, Johannes? Claire didn't say that. She's not that peppy.
As today is your first day together,
Yep.
it would be a great day to pick a job and go out and do it together, build camaraderie.
I'm Guinevere goes over to look at the post-it notes because she's actually been here before, done the thing.
Everyone pick a job.
Yes, what glorious achievement shall we do first?
Now, one thing that Johannes would be privy on that isn't posted is that his superior officer and the previous commander of the TFF encouraged him to take his new squad to the sewer. There, you guys would be able to go through practices and kind of work on your coordination with one another, as neither one of you have actually cooperated with each other before in a combat situation.
Makes sense.
So, you got jobs where you could just wing it, or you can go do some practice in the sewer.
Out of curiosity, can I do both? Like, can I
Yep. I mean, you guys can stay down there as long as you want. So if we go down there briefly, you could get out and still have time to run around and do something else. I mean, we'll play all the way up till 10, my
Yep.
time.
Yeah.
What is it your time?
7:46.
7:47 now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're very close
So-
together.
Miss Green Child, what was this you were talking about? Corruption?
Um,
I never got to finish that.
yes. So, you know how like whenever people get close to you, they can't use magic?
That was Baron.
That's Baron.
Sorry, Baron. Who was talking? I can't tell.
Sukari.
Oh,
Sakari.
Sakari. Oh, okay. So, you know how people that use too much magic, there's a restriction in the laws here. You use too much magic, you're not allowed to do it without a druid beside you, because we can take away any excess energy and have it be centered properly. If you use it too much, it can affect things. Trees can become alive and eat people. Regular cows can become monsters. Lizards can become dragons. Things like that.
Okay.
Land masses can move. Mountains can walk freely because of this corruption.
Why do you call it corruption?
It's the simplest way I can explain it. It, in a druid sense, it's more like a negative magical energy that distorts the world around them, I guess.
And why is it negative?
Because people use the energy around them. You use magic, you take energy from the space you're in.
She's technically from a cult. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I know that she's a cultist.
No, that's what Johannes says.
Oh.
Like, in character, Johannes says that.
Oh.
A cult?
I
Like what?
see.
I'm not part of a cult.
Do
You-
not disrespect my sister, thank you.
Shrugs and says, yeah. Johannes shrugs and says, it's not disrespect. She follows a different religion. One that's dogmatic and, well,
We
Little bit
believe in the
unbalanced.
natural of things. What's wrong with that?
Then why do you, what did you call it, center things? It is simply a natural order.
It's not a natural order when it can cause monsters to destroy villages and things like
Yes, but that is simply the cycle of the world. Completely natural.
It used to
Johannes
not.
goes, "Bang."
that. Be natural like this. It used to be normal. There wasn't mountains that walked around. Everything was plants, animals. Everything was alive and happy well-being.
But I must admit, a walking mountain does sound like a glorious challenge.
God damn it, Baron.
Alright,
I'd love to see you punch him out, and maybe we'll get a chance to see that.
One day, maybe.
a little bit on topic, guys.
Sorry.
No, he's still in top character.
Yeah.
Me playing the straight man is in character from now on. Just so you
Anyways,
know.
Yeah, what is it?
I
What
think
was your name again?
I do think it would be a good idea to do the sewer thing at least. I'm not a fan of sewers, but hey, sounds fun.
Johannes hasn't brought that up.
Oh,
Yes. It's like...
cancel
was
that.
just
What I
told.
said.
Claire
I told
points
everyone
at
to
the
pick a
wall.
job. I told everyone to pick a job.
Does any of them involve the ocean?
Alright, let me pull up my list here.
I wanted to know if anyone involved the Force. You have yet to know.
He said 2 to 3.
Oh yeah.
So Claire points at the wall and says, "There are forests."
Oh, yay!
To be honest,
Alright.
there's a board of sorts.
Okay, so as you guys know, the Vallis City is a city on an island surrounded by a lake. The lake is connected to a mainland, and the mainland actually moves towards a seafront. And Danny, or not Danny, Guinevere
Yes.
would be aware of a tribe or a village of druids by the shore in a more tropical jungle sort of setting. One of the jobs makes note of the druids getting a little antsy, and there's been a call to all vanguards to go there and put down the uprising, as they seem to be not cooperating with Vallis City or the terms set. That would be more sea-based. But you wouldn't actually be on the sea, you would just be near it. Additionally, there are road patrols that go out into the surrounding territory of Valith, and there are forests and woods that dot the roads, and so part of patrolling would likely have you roaming those pathways and whatever may come. Because the world is overran with monsters corrupted by magic, they tend to prey on travelers, so regularly the Vanguard sends squads down the roads to clear anything that could potentially be laying in wait for the next merchant or traveler. And let's see here. There's also a mark that may take you close to the forest. Hard to say. There's a beast that's been ravaging any that should fall within its territory, and the Vanguard has been requested to take it out.
Let's see. Noticing the Seafran one, she does with the druids and stuff. She kind of avoids it and not talks about it. But she, whenever would mention about the one about the beast, this seems like a good point. We could at least move it out of its territory, or
kill it dead.
Oh, kill it dead. Yeah.
Are we prepared for a battle?
No,
I mean-
you're not. We're going to the sewers.
Why
Why
do we
is
wish
this-
to go to a sewer?
Yeah.
What are sewers? Would I have to wear my armor?
You would want to wear your
No!
armor.
You wouldn't have to wear your armor at all. You could go traipsing through them at your leisure. But
Excellent.
People poop in there.
what? No. Well, no. No one poops in the sewers except for the rats. It's where the poop goes, though.
Yep.
In any case, the sewers, because it's nice, out of the way, free from collateral damage for the most part, unless one of you decides to be an utter jackass and starts trying to carve out sections of the walls. He glares at all of you.
Can I go 10, mate?
In the meantime, it gives us time to contemplate our choices for everything and be more astute as to which job we might be best suited for. You don't decide to take a mallet to, well, an eggshell. So,
What would we train against in a sewer?
coordination, making sure we understand each other's powers, demonstrations.
But what is down there?
Rats.
You all would be aware, and I added a journal specifically because you would all be aware. The sewers are maintained to a very high degree by the slimes that populate it. And because slimes are manufactured due to failed magic, you guys at least the Vanguard in particular, can use it as a training ground, since you can mass produce slimes at will to fit various training regimens.
Oh, the slime people. Those are always fun people to play with.
God damn it, Meeseeks.
Yep.
They are very fun to play with indeed.
Oh yeah, especially when you start the captain.
They kind of leave you sticky afterwards, but yeah.
Slimes?
Slimes!
What do you speak of?
Monsters! Just controlled monsters.
They're not
Where does
monsters, they just simply are beings.
True, that too.
And we shall slaughter them for our amusement.
Like fast, fierce, fanged creatures?
Jonas just looks at Claire, a little bit appraising, and says, I don't know. If death amuses you that greatly, then maybe you'll have a good time. Failing that, it's making sure that we're not the ones that are dead later on.
They go squish.
But fun squish. It's entertaining.
Jonas just kind of shrugs and says, they're the product of failed magic. Imagine that they don't have too much in the way of pain receptors. Regardless, it's not a pointless exercise unless you don't decide to do anything good with it. So, to the sewers.
Very
Okay.
well.
Claire climbs atop Kerklocken.
Clocking. Yes, clocking.
Kakakin!
Danny scrambles up onto the other shoulder of Kraken.
Alright. Assuming you guys all leave with Johannes, you guys leave the tavern behind, your barracks, if you will, and enter the city.
You two should walk. It would be better for you.
I don't like
But
it.
why? The view is great up here.
Exactly! And Goofy is greater up here too, because now we're taller than you.
Because you're just wasting your legs.
They're right there. How are they wasting away?
See, he has a good point.
It is too late
Mr.
for that,
Baron.
thank you.
Mr. Baron, they would ignore what you might call in your religion leg day. Practically all of their days in actuality. By simply staying up there. They will never attain muscle spirit. I suggest that you aid them on that.
Baron flexes at them. This is true. Do you not see the glory she flexes in this?
Yes, I suggest, Baron, you aid them on their quest towards muscle spirit.
Muscle spirit is not for everyone. They pass in way of life.
Yes, but everyone can learn something on the path of muscle spirit.
Everyone can walk the path of
So,
muscle spirit. Which is true.
while you guys are having your very in-depth conversation as you're walking down the street,
Talking about muscle.
past dozens and dozens of people of various walks of life. Beastmen, Aquamen,
The
your
superhero?
typical humanoid Valiths, and all sorts of other creatures. All residents, some traders, some travelers, etc., etc.
My little Feywings trail behind me.
You are led towards a bridge that passes over one of the many canals that cuts through the city. Underneath the bridge is where you're going, as it's one of the many entrances to the sewer system below the ground. However, as you approach, you immediately hear a voice say, "Halt! Pay the coin for passage!"
Passage for what?
Passage in!
Who are you?
Looks at the leader.
That's when a large troll pops out from beneath the bridge. "'Tis I!
A troll. I've heard stories about these. Can I fight it?
No.
What? No fighting, just give me coin. It's hard times these days.
How does he look? Does he look like kind of hurt and stuff?
He looks
Looks-
like a filthy troll.
Does he look? Does he look? Does he look
He
down
would
on
be-
his?
He's about as dressed as Muscle Baron there.
Probably dressed less than me because I actually have a jacket.
Well, it's true. It's true. He doesn't have a jacket. He just has like a loincloth and probably a big old club. And he's just like, I'm going passage.
We're still in the city, right?
In fact,
is
there's,
there
like-
a sizable rock?
A sizable rock.
Yeah, just like a...
There is a bridge made of stone.
So just no loose rocks anywhere.
There's no convenient boulder.
No, the streets are paved. So unless you pry up a brick, there are no stones.
I'll keep that in mind later then.
And you could say you have a pebble on you or something.
Come on, sirs. Surely you got some coin to spare. Help a poor troll out.
Well, Baron will walk up to the troll and put a sympathizing pat on the shoulder. Must be hard times for you. Here, and he adds him some coins.
Okay. He's pretty poor, so it doesn't take much of your money to bribe him, actually. In fact, you have no noticeable dip in wealth from the generosity. I'll go ahead and give you a point.
Legend point.
Oh,
You get a legend point. You may use it at a later time to get advantage on a roll and +1 on the result of that roll.
where do I keep track of
I'm not sure if they have a spot in the character sheet for it.
They do. It's
at the
legends
very
up top, next to
Very
XP.
top.
It's like top
Ah.
right.
it? Okay.
Yep, so I'll give you 1 legend point. I do encourage you to spend it this session at some point.
What? I'll just look up the. Where is legend points listed on the Open Mention RPG?
I don't see. Oh, there is a at the very top near your level.
You got your player name, size, level, legend points, XP.
I'm just wondering what they're used for.
Oh,
Advantage on rolls later. You get advantage
Oh,
and there's advantage and disadvantage here in this.
Gotcha. Very well.
Yay!
Alright. If you look to the lower right hand corner of the map,
I can't go through. It's below me. It's above me.
Wait. You have to move to the map layer first.
I am invisible. You can't. Oh.
At the familiar place.
That's a place I've gotten my ass kicked a lot.
yep.
Those boxes were annoying.
Damn Blood Dot Knights.
What?
I actually played Blood Knight, so.
Actually, once we get into the sewers, Guinevere does hop off. Clank or
It is quite roomy down here. I did not expect it to be such a large place under the city.
Yep.
Of course.
And as you guys descend into the dimly lit depths, the sounds of town fade out from behind you and
Hmm.
were replaced by the constant flow and drip of water. Now, as some of you may expect a sewer to be stinky, this particular sewer does not.
Yay.
Those of Valeth know that their sewer is one of the most superiorly maintained and created sewers in the world. Due to the high slime population consuming all organic material, there is next to no waste, and the water is almost instantly purified as it flows through the system.
I should mention.
So it smells largely of septic, or not septic, septic, or the cleaning solution.
Ammonia.
Cloax.
Yeah, something like that.
I should mention. These slimes eat organic things. We would be considered organic. They might eat us and dissolve us.
It is not the first time something has tried to eat me.
Yes.
Oh?
Although, if you manage to be overwhelmed by slimes, we should probably send you to another unit.
It's true.
Indeed.
All of you individually should be capable of handling a single slime. While some of you are more battle tested than others, it's assumed that if you're part of the Vanguard, you can at least handle a slime monster.
They are the lowest order of being.
Ooh, Clanker tends to take front since he can't be absorbed by them. Technically.
Now, while they have a preference, that does not mean they cannot dissolve away inorganic material as well. It's just it takes them a lot longer to do it.
True.
And they got better things to do.
Oh.
Like cleaning the sewer.
But,
And as you guys are going down one labyrinthine looking path after another, you begin to see them. They're lurking about. Some of them are playing with one another, chasing each other around. Some of them tentatively follow a rat as it scurries around, and they're anxious because they want to touch it, but they know what happens if they do. And they just seem to be a very joyous lot, as well as enjoying their sewer home. You, Johannes, guide the team deep into the sewer, towards a chamber that's relatively spacious and open, kind of like this one is, minus some of the boxes. There, you meet the slime rancher.
What? Game reference!
I actually like that one.
That was a good one. I didn't expect that. I honestly didn't expect that.
Oh, visitors! So,
Greetings!
whoa there, bud. Cool your load. Just me. He is a regular-looking humanoid, and he kind of looks dressed like a farmer.
Hello, Slime
His
Rancher.
clothes, however, have a very metallic glint to them.
hello there, Mr. Rancher. We're here to use the facilities. I have,
Oh, perfect. The girls have been waiting. All right. So, how many you want? 1, 2, 18?
if it's all the same to you, I think we'll stick with one for the moment, and we'll see how everyone handles individually.
Ah, all right. Sure thing. All right, let's bring out the first lady. Yeah, here she is. So, the slime rancher turns around, and it looks like he has some sort of staff or rod available to him. He swirls it around a bit, taps the ground. It looks like he's about ready to cast some sort of ritualistic spell, and then it fizzles out in a dazzling failure. And lo and behold, slime appears. So, there's your slime. Hello, master. What would you like me to do? I aim to please. All right, darling. Go ahead and show these people what you got. Which one would you have face off against her, sir?
Eeny, meeny, miny, you. He
Who's-
points at Claire.
All right.
The bear looks between the slime and Claire. Seems about even.
Yes, especially in height.
Hmm.
Are you gonna wait? Are you gonna let her fight with Clankerton, or is she fighting on her own?
He considers Clankerton part of Claire.
Yeah. So Claire's gonna hop off of him. Oh, remind me how combat goes. I can do a major action like a spell.
I thought the girl was going to fight.
Yes, you in action and we'll get to this on your turn. You get a major action, a minor action, and a move action. And depending on the boons and banes you use, there's also the focus action if you need. Now, as you step forward, the slime claps her gooey hands together in anticipation. She seems to be smiling, though her face could. Though it's hard to tell. Her seductive form stands up, leaving a puddle on the floor that she kind of glides around in. And she looks ready to fight. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and just roll agility rolls. That way we don't override the turn order. And it's just going to go back and forth between you and her.
So I roll.
Go, Claire, go! That's what Gwen's going. Gwen was like, go, Claire!
So, wait, does my golem have my turn then?
Your
Like,
golem has its own turn.
Okay. So then I bring him up and give him an agility.
That slime is quick.
The slime is indeed quick. It was so anxious to serve. It slides right up to Clankerton, or Kerclawkin, and it goes and gives him a big old hug around his leg. It'll go ahead and do the thing.
Crushing it savagely.
I feel really bad that I've forgotten how this works.
It's alright.
Remind me how this works.
It's just going to try to hit through Kerclawkin's guard.
Okay.
And if it exceeds by a specific amount, it'll not only do damage, but it's also got something else.
Uh-oh. Is that it? Is that what I do? No.
You don't roll.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't roll right now.
Okay, well, it's 17, so. Wait, it is guard, right?
You don't roll anything at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like AC.
Alright. She rolled very low. So, she goes up and hugs on Kerclawkin. However, he is unaffected in the least. It is Kerclawkin's turn.
Smashing time!
So I can just roll my attack?
Yep.
Which will most likely be might.
I'm going to assume I'm doing the right thing here.
We'll find out.
It didn't do anything, which I think is a bug because I need to reset the thing. There we go.
Alright, so Kerclawkin
Jesus
explodes
Christ.
twice. And he just slams into the slime. The slime disperses into a shower of acidic spray. And okay.
Got a D10 and another D10. That's great.
Because things explode, so it's 10, 10, 3. Fucker.
Okay. He did considerable damage to the slime as it slowly pieces herself back together. Because Kerclawkin was able to deal 10 or more damage to her, he gets to apply a bane if he wishes.
Ooh, 1 second. I'm rereading my things.
So you can stun or knock down.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock down.
Alright. She is knocked down on the ground. Oh!
So she gets disadvantage 1 on all attacks.
At least until she stands up.
Yeah.
Your turn, Claire.
Okay. I'm just gonna bolster him. My Kraken.
Oh, goody.
Oh no, he's a robot.
So explain to me how you're bolstering him.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. I'm going to give him a better might score.
Small might.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Beep,
Oh,
boop, boop, beep, bop.
Like this.
Fluff it.
Oh.
Yay! Oh, this is great. This is awesome. Alright.
Oh, no.
So what you did is you attempted to beef up his might score, aka enhance his arms, so that way it's super powerful. However, your enhancements caused Kerclocken to become lopsided. He immediately fell over as his one fist expanded to twice its size. He is now prone, like the slime. He will remain prone until the bolster is removed. Save ends. Alright, anything else, Claire?
Too much fisting.
Never enough.
Can we move everyone else so I can, like, back up a little?
If you want to back up, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the slime's gonna go through Kerclocken before it goes to you, because it's not a overly aggressive fight, you understand.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Alright, so after that, the slime gets to go. The slime uses its move to stand, and it will immediately hug on
doesn't
the
it
now downs for Clocken. What's that?
Doesn't it need to resist? What was it?
No.
No, it doesn't.
can
Never
just stand
mind. I was remembering something else.
Yeah, knockdown just causes it to be down the ground. Now that she stood up, she immediately flops on top of Kerclocken, and a big old hug. Sizzling occurs as his circuitry that comes in contact with the slime is immediately unhappy. Alright, she'll try this again. We'll see what happens. She gets one advantage because he's down. Alright, she hits a 24.
So now I roll toughness?
Nope.
What is your guard? Or what is your toughness then?
Oh, it's 15.
Okay. So, because she has exceeded your guard by 9, Kerclocken takes 9 damage. Okay?
Okay, so that he's gone down to 15 from 24.
Right. In addition, because she exceeded his guard sufficiently high, Kerclocken is now covered in her acidic slime, and it is slowly eating away at his components. On his next turn, which is coming up immediately after hers, he's going to take a d6 ongoing damage.
My robot.
I know it's
Wait,
a robot.
wait. I thought Banes didn't inflict damage. They only inflict Banes.
Yeah,
It's
there's
an attack, but the attack has exceeded the guard sufficiently to inflict her bane.
My poor robot.
the persistent damage bane.
Are you gonna update his
Oh! What?
his green meter, his health?
Oh, I put it in the sheet, not him. Oopsie.
Oh, Okay, as long as
I
it's
can
being,
do it. Yeah, I'll do
as long
it
as it's
there.
being tracked. I didn't want to speak up and you forget what I said. All right. So after her turn, it's his turn. He immediately takes an extra d6. I'll go ahead and roll it. Only a 1. So he takes 1 damage in addition. And at the end of his turn, or whenever he decides to use a minor, he has the ability to shake it off. However, he has to shake it off with disadvantage. So, what would you like Kerclocken to do? He's currently down on the ground.
I guess shake it off.
If you shake it off, I don't believe he'll be able to stand back up this turn, unless you sacrifice his action.
Okay, he's gonna stand up then. And I have forgotten everything. What do the minor actions do?
Move action.
Okay, so that is the move action. Well, I mean, he's just gonna stand there, so having stood up, I guess his turn is done.
Alrighty. So you use 1 action to try to save against the Bane, or you use your move action to
Stand
just
up.
stand up? Oh,
Yeah.
Alright. And
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah.
And you still have a major, right?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
wasn't the
no.
major to stand up?
No, that's
no.
Oh, so he can do something else?
Yeah, he can attack her.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I'll punch her again.
Proceed to the fisting.
Yay, fisting is fun.
Failed.
Naive. I'm naive. So I'm using that.
You do a minimum 3 damage to her. So your fist, even with your disadvantage, does manage to connect, but it just does a little bit.
No, she got up, so it's not a disadvantage.
You're right. So it's largely because of his big fist, which is still active, meaning he shouldn't have gotten up in the first place. But whatever.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm still buffing him, so he's been mind.
No.
Oh, did I stop
can't,
buffing him?
he can't swing his arm properly right now.
Oh, whoopsie.
So technically, he shouldn't have been able to attack her either. But it's okay. He used his other hand, and it just kind of got out of that way. After Kerclocken, it is Claire's turn. Claire,
Okay.
you can either end the boon on him that's currently making his arm distorted, or you can sustain it and do something else.
What kind of action is the getting rid of the
I
sustain?
believe it's a free action.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm gonna get rid of the bolster, and instead I'm going to restore him, which gets rid of the bane. Hypothetically, as
Okay,
long as
go
it's
ahead.
less than 5.
Yep, go ahead and give me a roll.
Did it go?
It's probably coming.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, I think I need to do the weird thing where I turn it on and off. It's like a computer.
There it goes.
Alrighty. Wait a second here.
So wait, do I only... Wait.
Yeah, you only got a 3, so that would only be enough to restore a
Level 1 bane.
level 1 Bane. Unfortunately, that is not enough to cure him of the acid that's currently coursing through his inner components.
Uh-oh.
It is now the slime's turn. The slime, seeing that he stood up, is going to cover more of him in slime.
Is that like a double bane?
No, she can't stack Banes.
Nope.
No one can. But she will definitely give it her best shot. Oh, she flopped again.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. She splashes harmlessly against Kerclocken. It is now Kerklocken's turn. Kerklocken still has the acid eating away at him. He takes another D6.
Oh, I just realized why you called that slimy affection. Oh my god.
You take 1 more point of damage.
Lucky rolls.
Yeah, Kerklocken's hanging in there.
Hmm. So,
It is his turn.
yeah.
He's still, he doesn't have an oversized arm anymore. I believe he canceled that. So at this point, he's standing in normal. He just has acid eating away at him.
Yeah.
You may have him save against it if you expend your move action.
Oh, well. Well, actually, that might be a good idea.
I mean, your
But
move action is a
then
minor
we
action.
need to kill the slime.
Your move action is
You
a minor
will-
action.
You have a major action with which you can attack the slime.
Oh, okay. So then I can resist.
Yep.
And then attack.
Right. Now your resistance is just a d20, and you have disadvantage on it because her bane is especially potent. So you roll 2 d20s and take the lowest.
Okay. Or if I just press on. Never mind. Okay, I'll. Okay, so.
That's 1. You
D.
need 1 more.
Oh, okay.
All right. You take the lowest, which is 12, but fortunately for you, that is high enough to resist the bane. The slime is either washed out, brushed out, or simply dries up without its host being connected to it. And so Kerklocken is back to regular, aside from the damage that's already been done. He is now free to use his standard action.
Punch! Oh, that's probably not gonna be enough.
That is unfortunately not enough to hurt her. But she takes 3 more damage as he just stomps on her puddle.
Go, sis!
She is very weakened. It is now Claire's turn.
Hit it!
Um.
Alright. You have successfully performed a level 3 heal.
So then I.
1d.
1d8. Yep,
6.
so he gets that back.
Yay!
Alright. Now, unless you wish to move, it is the slime's turn again. And the slime's gonna try to cover him in slime again.
I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but this is all I can think of.
It's not bad.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay, so.
Like, this is what we're here for.
Okay, so that goes through. He has toughness 15.
Yep, so he takes 6 damage.
Yeah, so his damage is back to 14.
And he's covered in slime that's eating away at his circuitry again. It is now his turn. He automatically takes a d6 in burning slime damage.
Wow.
Oh, catching up now. You take another 2 damage. Alright. Now you may try to resist the slime, or...
Resist the slime!
Alright, you have disadvantage on the roll. So roll 2 d20s, take lowest.
Oh.
Your lowest is a 9. He is still slimed. That is 1 fail. If you fail 2 more times, he is going to be slimed indefinitely. You may now take your standard action to attack.
Punch, punch, punch. Hey.
The 18 would seem like enough, but her body, kind of slimy as it is, actually flexes around the punch. It does not connect.
That's not fair!
Aww.
It's cold.
That's a pretty good defense.
He takes another 3 points of damage.
Is that like what? A perk?
It's kind of how Open Legend works. Even if you guys miss, you always do something.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you're pretty much scattering her body around. You're not actually killing her. You're just scattering her to the point where she won't be able to mount an offensive anymore. It is now Claire's turn.
Okay, I need to do something different.
The slime looks like it's about gone. So
Oh, okay. That's fine then.
yeah, like Clockin's taken all the brunt of this, but it's largely the slime that's on the losing end.
Okay.
I'll just hit it.
Oh.
Failed to heal. In addition, you actually damage Kerclocken for 1d4 damage as you frantically try to repair him and wind up spreading the toxin around even further. The slime eats away at more of his components. Roll me a d4. He takes 1 additional point of damage.
Lucky.
It is now the slime's turn.
Welcome back.
Likely the last turn. "15 matches?
Yeah.
Alright. She does a minimum 3 damage to Kerclocken.
I don't like this.
It is now Kerclocken's turn. He immediately gets ate away by more of the acid. 5 acid damage to Kerclocken.
He has 3 health left.
Well, lucky for him, she probably won't get another turn, so you will want to roll to resist the Bane again
Yeah.
with disadvantage.
Jesus.
You were unable, so that's 2. 1 more fail, and he's going to be getting acided for the next minute. Meaning he's going to go down from acid if you fail 1 more time. Claire's turn. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. He has a major action still. He can still punch her. And that is sufficient. You solidly nail the slime, and what's left of her body go. It's just spread across the arena. And then she forms back up. Oh, is that good, Master? Righto, Pumpkin. You did good. All right. Who's next there, sir?
Well, your highness.
As glances about and says, "Any volunteers, or am I going to take voluntold?"
I can do it.
So does Kerclocken still have all his damage?
Yep, and the acid is still kicking.
So what do I do?
Well, the cool thing about OVA, or not OVA, but Open Legend, is that when you're out of combat, you full heal.
Oh, okay.
So, for somehow you wash out the acid, you repair his parts, and Kerclocken is back to full health.
Yay!
It'll take you probably the next half an hour or so. So while everyone else is fighting, you're busy repairing your bot, and you're feeling pretty good about it since
Yay!
he protected you as he's designed to do.
Alright. Let's see. So,
Hello! I can't wait to hug you. Let's roll initiative.
okay.
Good, little girl.
Ah, I rolled a double 1.
A 1-1.
I'm impressed. Alright, She will indeed go first.
I get
And she
distracted by how curvous her body is and how stable it is.
Oh yeah. She pretty much struts her stuff as she swaggers over, leaving a slime trail, and goes in to give you a big old hug.
Okay.
"14 versus toughness.
15.
All right. She misses. You manage to brush off the slime before it starts eating away at your clothes and body. It is your turn.
Alright. I'm going to try and shapeshift, but because of how it is, I guess I have to roll first and then I can choose the form.
I believe you took a feat that allows you to automatically make the shift.
Yes, but I'm not
yes,
sure which
you
power level.
automatically succeed, no matter what.
But
From-
you just pick the level of the shift.
Okay, I
Yeah.
picked the level.
Yes.
I mean, it has to be a level you can achieve. But
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to shapeshift into a... What would be quadruple my original size?
Probably a bear.
I'm gonna
Probably
do
pull off
that.
a bear.
Go bear. Time to...
Among
I'm
the
hungry!
size.
And I...
You know,
And it's a minor action, actually. It counts as a minor action because shapeshift.
Yep. So you are now a bear. You may go ahead and, I guess, do a bear's attack roll, which I think is a might, 3 or 4?
Okay.
I mean, it has the bear statistics in the thing. Hopefully you wrote them down as you're the one using the various forms.
No, I didn't. But where do I find those?
Then I will pull up the quick builds. I believe they have one for druid. I think bear is one of the options.
Okay. Character creation?
Yeah, in the character creation page, they have druid listed.
Battle Maze, Beastmaster, Chrono Cage, Courtier, Druid. Here goes.
All right. So bear form is might 5. So I'm assuming you're going to charge in and bite at her or claw at her or something.
Yeah. So that's 2d6. So I'm just gonna roll regular.
D20 plus 2d6.
It's yep. Okay. How do I do the typing thing, or do I just?
You can either roll it with a /R D20 plus 2d6. I don't know specifically the various exclamation points. That
It's a very, very long thing. I suggest you just like alter your sheet and then put it back.
Okay, I can do that
And
actually.
just click
all
the
you gotta
buttons.
do is just roll a d20 and add 2d6s.
It's just
But there's actually a bit more to that considering how the system works because like there's a bunch of exploding dice and a bunch of other crap and
Just type
there you go.
the exclamation mark.
All right. Looks like it did all right.
Okay.
So 20 it is.
Well, I remember what I have, so I'll just remember what I have.
All right. You exceeded her resistance by 1. Her body flexes as you claw away at her with a big bear paw, and you actually manage to swipe away some of her jelly. You do 3 damage. to her body.
Just boom. What does Baron think of that?
She's like, oh, and she wiggles all over.
I was talking about
The
Baron.
little girls transform. Amazing.
Immediately, the slime comes to and gets all excited and jumps up and down, her whole body jiggling as she leaps at you to hug the big bear that has suddenly appeared.
All right.
It's a teddy bear.
17 versus bear's toughness. Let me see if I can see the bear's
It
toughness.
says guard 19. does not have toughness.
Uh,
I guess I can use my toughness.
no, you use the bear's toughness. So toughness is a combination of fortitude and will. And so a bear's fortitude is 3. It has no will. So your toughness is 13.
Okay.
13 is beat by the 17
Mhm.
by 4. So you take 4 acid damage in bear form. And you are now covered in the acidic slime. It is starting to eat away at your bear form's
Yeah.
body.
Is
Okay.
this a bane attack or a damaging attack?
It's both.
Damaging attack, but because of the nature of the slime, it can actually inflict banes
Yep.
simply by achieving 1 plus the defense.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I
Right.
thought. I just,
Now it's the bear's turn. I'm going to go ahead and roll for the acid damage you take.
Okay.
You take 3 additional acid damage to the bear.
Quick question: if my bear form loses and I can return to my original form, do I still keep that form, or do I go unconscious?
If your bear form dies, you take all the bear form's inherited damage.
Okay, so I take his damage. Okay. Okay.
Right. And the bear's probably going to have more damage or more health than you do.
No, we have
So
the
it'll-
same exact health.
Then
Oh,
it'll take you down to 1 HP.
Okay, so then my turn.
It is your turn. You may shake off the slime if you wish. You have disadvantage on the roll, though. Or you cannot shake it off, not risk potentially getting stuck with it, and simply attack.
Can I still use magic in my form?
In bear form, you are subject to the bear's statistics. So your magic will
Not be
potentially
there.
altered. It'll probably be different.
Okay. I was going to try and use regeneration. But if I can't do that,
Well, I'm going to pull up the boon for transformation and see what it says specifically.
shapeshift.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and read this out. Shape shifts into a creature between 1/4 and quadruple your original size. The new form cannot be a different size. That's something else. You or a willing creature you touch transforms into a creature whose highest attribute is less than or equal to your alteration score. Your alteration score, for the purpose of this boon, is limited to the maximum attribute score made per your level. With the exception of alteration, all targets' extraordinary attribute scores drop to 0. And you acquire all the ability scores of your new form. So that said, other than alteration, everything else goes.
Okay, so I can use anything that uses alteration.
It would seem to be the case.
Alright, well then my regeneration uses alteration.
Alright, go ahead and burn me in action and see what you get.
But I don't want to do that. I want to shake off the slime first.
Alright, you take disadvantage, 2d20s.
2d20s. Do that.
You fail to shake off the slime.
Yep.
You may
You take
now,
the lowest.
I know. You said 12 too.
you may now do your action.
Alright. Well then, still in bear form, I will bear hug Squisher back.
Oh, you're just gonna attack her. Alright, go for it. Jeez.
I exploded several times.
Yeah.
well, just once actually.
Looks like one time with your d20.
Yep.
So that was a pretty darn good roll.
Yep.
Good enough.
20,
Squish!
22. You do 22 damage. That's enough to send her scattering.
There, she's still. Oh,
In 2 rounds. And then I
And she pops back up.
shapeshift back. Then I shapeshift back to my original form.
I never felt someone so deep inside me before.
Jesus Christ!
As she slowly drips back together. The bear can change back or stay in bear form. The acid remains, and so does the damage received in the bear form.
Okay.
However, given sufficient time, like Kerklockin, you will recover. Next up, Johannes.
I will
The-
shift back. So.
All right. The slime rancher goes ahead and looks to you. Wow, your boys are pretty handy there.
I'm not a boy.
Or girls.
Thank you.
You're saying?
I was just complimenting that your fellows are pretty tough, you know.
He nods absentmindedly and says, "Yeah, they at least capable of going on with the squad. It's nice to test everyone out, get a good sense of it before we send them elsewhere."
Well, would you like someone else to chip in, or perhaps you'd like more at one time?
Jonas frowns and scratches his neck for a moment and says,
Guinevere tries to push Baron forward for him to go.
You want me to go next? Very well. And I just climb up to the platform.
"You just glance at Baron, right, and says, "Yeah, go for it."
They're so weak.
What happened?
What was that?
Give him 2.
All right. So the slime appears.
It's like Johannes doesn't like me.
And we're going to go ahead and roll initiative now.
Alrighty.
Give him a big bear hug.
Oops. I rolled kind of low.
You rolled 1d8
I
low,
rolled-
but it still counts.
But Baron is lower. So the slime goes first. She quickly slithers up to Baron, which isn't that hard because he's huge. And she immediately goes for his juicy quads, as that's probably about as high as she can reach.
Maybe I like his knee. Who knows?
All right, here's her attack. She exploded.
Why you do this to me?
Damn.
I have a toughness of 17, so I take 14 damage.
You do, and you are covered in acidic slime. It is now your turn. You immediately take D6 slime damage.
He takes a 1d6, he takes a 6. Yes!
Yes!
I called it!
I like your. I like my number better. All right.
This is
So
rigged.
after taking another 6.
Everyone else takes 1, he takes 6.
Yeah.
I've already
But that
taken.
just shows that he's such a badass and that'll take the max damage.
Apparently.
Yeah. All right.
Taking 20 damage. One.
You've taken what?
Taking 20 damage.
How much
So far.
HP do you have left?
I have 8 left.
If you get beat by the girl, I'm sorry. That's just funny.
This is kind of
Please don't be a character who gets beaten by a slime.
So
It's gonna
what
happen.
what happened is Baron, being so bare-chested and all, when the slime pretty much leaped on him, he didn't get out of the way, and her body just splattered all over him in a very intimate way. So the burning was deep and piercing. Your turn, Baron.
Scratching my head right now.
Well, it burns. It burns a lot. You may want to do something about that.
Well, first off, it's a It's a move action to resist, correct?
You'll burn your move, and you have disadvantage on it.
Alright, so what do I roll?
2d20s, please. You fail, and you fail. You are still burning with acid, but you can take your standard now.
Alright, I'll use my my major action to flex. Even in the most dire of times, he will flex. But I'm actually using my major action to cast a boon to himself, which is resistance.
Alright.
And let's hope for the best.
Yay!
You nail it.
Alright, so I cast level 5 resistance, and I'm choosing to buff my toughness. And that'll be my turn.
I think it says it means defense scores. It means all your defense scores.
No, but
Well, I
Oh.
think you have to choose a resistance against one attack type.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
what I wrote down.
that's what it says.
Target's defense scores are increased by 6.
yeah, I guess that's right. So instead of
So-
getting defense,
What attack type are you increasing?
I suppose entropy then.
It is indeed entropy. Okay. So that means she has to roll that much higher to eat away at your body. Well,
Nom, nom,
she'll
nom.
try. The slime goes again, and she tries to intertwine herself even more into your musculature form. Unfortunately, she is unable. I'm assuming that doesn't beat it.
Nope.
Not with the buff, at least. So, she is unable to hurt you further, as your muscles seem to be projecting the spiritual aura that keeps her slime off. However, as for the slime already on you, well, that's still kicking.
I know.
You take another 6.
What is this? Alright, let's try another move action to shake this.
Alright? With
I'm going to spend a legend point.
Alright.
Get advantage.
Cancel out the disadvantage, so now you just roll a flat d20. 10 or better.
Plus 1.
Plus
Uh,
1.
D20 plus 1. Every legend point you use gives you a plus 1 with the advantage.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey, you did it.
Finally.
Alright. Well,
Alright.
we're now free of the toxin, and unfortunately, what action do you use to maintain resistance?
My minor.
Right, because you burned a move to... Okay, so you've pretty much used all your actions,
I still have my major.
except for your major. Go ahead.
Alright, and then I'm going to punch the slime.
Punch it.
And,
Yeah, and all the things. I wasn't seeing anything that immediately allows her to just eat away at you for touching her, but we'll get to that.
Punch it. Punch it.
His muscle spirit protects his fists.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it works.
I mean, that's how we're gonna have to rule it.
Holy shit.
Okay. So
All you have to do is believe in the muscle spirit.
he exploded on every single dice.
Yeah.
So I guess in his moment of need, the muscle spirit answered his call.
my muscles responded.
Everyone just saw your muscle just like get bigger for a second there, and then just punch as you punched.
Yeah, so you take her out in a single go. Describe for me how you do it.
How do you want to do this?
Wow. It's gonna be an uppercut. Just spend all your yachts.
Are you gonna falcon punch her?
That's right. Let's do the falcon punch where I just kneel because I have to lower my body and just punch so hard that the atmosphere starts to ignite my fist as I punch towards the slime.
All right. So you just way back, and your fist is all clenched. You're like, here we go, and you just plow right into her body. her body flexes around your fist. But then, like a rubber band suddenly being released, her whole body just stretches out and she just snaps back against the far wall and goes flat.
Splat.
Like yeah, and then just starts dripping down onto the floor. It takes her a long time to come back. Her face reforms first, and it's still got googly eyes from being knocked senseless. Alrighty.
Whenever I'm clapping, she's actually clapping. You're really breathing heavily into the mic there.
Me?
Yeah, Nova.
That's because I'm gonna speak. Well, I reckon I never seen something like that before. So, who's next? I think I'm gonna swap in one of my other darlings, cause she's probably at her wit's end for a little while. There
Sukaria
you go. Her name's
get
Kat.
up.
So be good with her, please.
Sukaria will get up and go over.
Baron will step down.
Johannes leans over to him and says, "This is why you wear clothes."
I am fine.
Then he goes
Got a
over.
little bit,
Sorry, not.
And then you just see like the first degree burns on his legs.
Guinevere goes over and just
on
like
everything.
Guinevere.
She missed it. It's your everything.
Guinevere goes over and reaches up to touch his abs and then uses her healing ability. Just heals.
Alright,
you.
alright.
Meanwhile, me and Sukaria are gonna roll agility.
Agility, agility.
I mean, it was her arm length, probably. I don't know. She's like 4'4". Maybe her arms are about 2 feet long.
If we're looking at your
The
picture,
slime goes first. The slime immediately slides up because she's been watching the other people fight. She's anxious. So anxious. And she immediately goes for a hug.
Against toughness, you say?
It will be against toughness.
actually she's at crotch height, so she'd go for the thighs and then heal her.
Alright.
If I'm looking at the picture.
What do we got?
So I begin taking persistent damage.
Yep. Persistent damage. So what's your toughness?
Oh, right. Bleh.
So you take 8 damage.
Great.
It is now your turn. I will roll the d6 as you begin being ate away.
It happens on. I'm pretty sure it actually happens on the slime's turn.
Nope, it is the beginning of your turn that you take persistent damage.
Hey.
At the beginning of the target's turn. Okay.
So, after taking an additional 3 damage, you get to act.
Cool.
Hey.
Whatever.
Hopefully everyone's learning about their characters through this.
Yes.
I set this up specifically for that purpose.
This might be the start of the first session. And then
Are they sexy slimes?
I'm just glad I have health.
Yes. For
come
better or
on.
for worse, they are sexy slimes.
Come on. Roll 20.
Sato, why did you upload like 700 images? Oh no, that was Quinn. What the hell? Why is there 700 images of the same thing?
Oh, it's
So
Oh,
let
no.
Nova pick and choose.
ideas.
Yeah.
Christ.
Alright.
Alright, there we go. That's my attack.
What are you attacking
What?
with?
What is even going on? You have a character sheet that does this for you.
I know, but it's not fucking working. I'm trying to use fucking unarmed McPunch kick, but it's not rolling.
Sometimes you have to get rid of the attribute and then put it back, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna use this now.
Anyway, you roll the 30. You punch, claw at her, I'm assuming, and her body flexes around your stabby stab, and then she pieces herself back together. She has taken damage,
Christ, how much?
but she's still standing.
Have? Jeez.
The
Whatever.
fact that the guy beat him in one punch says something right there. Baron beat him in one punch.
Of course, he had 40-something damage behind his roll.
Had a 48 roll, so
It's like you definitely dealt her a solid blow, but she is still together and ready for more as she attacks you again, unless you have something else you want to do. Like, technically, you're being burned alive, so would you like to resist?
Sure. How do I do that?
2d20s, take lowest.
Okay.
Oh yeah. What about her automatic thing? Or does she get one?
Automatic what?
Did I succeed it by 10?
You just need a 10. A roll of 10 or higher to succeed.
No, I mean for my punchy.
Inflicting
That's
a bane.
true. You are able to inflict a bane.
Cool. I'm gonna polymorph it.
Alright.
So I'm going to polymorph it into like
A rat.
A bunny!
a slime-sized bunny.
Alright. Her body shifts around and suddenly she's a bunny.
Cool. And then like to resist. Great. Thanks, game.
You don't resist.
So it's
Oh.
so it's the slime's turn.
Indeed. Alrighty. Well, she's gonna go ahead and try to resist. And she gets to roll a d20 on this. She succeeds. She immediately morphs back into her original slimy self. Oh, that was fun. Let me hug on you some more.
Sexy, slimy self.
Yep. Are you watching the stream?
I am driving.
Okay.
Right. That's another 7 plus 3. So you take, I think, not or 10, unless if I remember the
I
number.
believe it's 14,
What?
so it should be 9.
Like, how is it like doing both? That's not like
if you
able
hit
to
really
do-
hard, you inflict wounds.
Yeah, but
However,
the first time it didn't hit hard enough. Well, yeah,
yeah,
it did.
it did.
Did it?
No, it's a slime special ability because it's a slime.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
slime.
The
Never-
slime can instantly impose its acid if it gets more than 1 over your defense.
Weird.
Everyone else has been having to deal with it thus
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, I know. It's just.
It's actually very dangerous.
It makes sense. It's just like one of those things that they do. The air, if you touch slime, they burn things. It's just they eat organic.
Now, because you're acided, you take another d6 at the beginning of your turn.
You could try to
Cool, I'm
defend.
dead.
You could try to defend though.
Alright, so what happens is, now that you have been knocked unconscious, the slime is just hugging on you. Meanwhile, your clothes and hair are starting to fade and wither. That's when the farmer walks over and immediately douses the both of you in water. You are able to cough yourself awake with 1 HP, and the slime is washed off. And after collecting herself, she reappears. Master! Aye, what did I tell you about getting too friendly? Now, back to the pen with you. Sir, looks like that one could use some more training, perhaps. Or you'll need a defender better.
Jonas
No,
nods.
it was simply bad luck.
So at this point, Sicario is able to go back and show full heal in about half an hour to an hour. And the water has neutralized the acid. Oh, What can I do for you? Any more would like to test their ability? Perhaps you'd like to work on team tactics or anything else?
What about Yo himself?
Yeah. What about you? Johannes?
Just kind of looks at both of you with an eyebrows perched and says, "What about me?"
How good are you? I squished it to death. What can you do?
Points at its slime that's still alive and says, "Still alive, not to death."
You know,
Well, points well made. I suppose if I've inflicted this on you all, I should do it myself.
hey. Yes.
It is a bit like a rite of passage.
This is our initiation for any new members. It's official.
Johannes steps up to the platform, steps up onto it, delivers a sword from his baldric, and simply motions for the farmer to proceed.
All right. The farmer tends to the slime a bit. She's back and ready. She looks at you and she gives you a seductive smile. At least you think so, but her eye's a bit too droopy. Anyway, let's roll initiative or agility.
Probably if you roll low.
Yeah, I finally blew it. So, Johannes gets to go first.
For once. One for the slime when slime went first.
It's because he's used to this.
Yeah.
You say that, but I'm about to fucking like
Fast.
whip the hell out of this.
Nah, you'll do fine.
Don't worry. I mean, it won't be as bad as what, me and Sakaria had, for sure.
So Johannes dashes up to the slime and rapidly attempts to slash at where her eyes are. He's attempting to inflict blind bane on her.
So you're going straight for the bane or damage 2.
Nope, just the bane.
Alrighty.
Which I get.
So can you inflict damage and pain at the same time?
Yeah, so 20.
Wow. Alright. That was against, I'm assuming,
Guard.
defense. Guard?
Yeah, let me double check just to make sure I'm not.
Are you using a sword?
Yeah.
That's the guard.
Alright. Your sword swings around and you're able to cut out the place where her eyes should be. Her hands immediately go up. Oh, I can't see anymore. Oh. Alrighty.
Poor slime.
Yeah. You guys
Don't worry.
horrible.
She'll hug you anyway, eyes or no eyes.
She
Alright,
has,
so it's her turn, correct?
she has disadvantage 5 on attack rolls.
Yeah.
And
So she's gonna try to grow her eyeballs back first. Is it just a regular D20?
Yeah.
She gets her eyeballs back and immediately goes to hug you. Peekaboo, I see you.
That I imagine it just it fills out and then goes boink. Kind of like cartoon style.
Gotcha.
Well, that's all.
So versus toughness, how much damage we got?
Got a 8.
All right, you take 8 and you are acided. It is now your turn again. You take 6 off the top.
5.
Another 5.
Well, you're on acid right now? Good.
These slimes are high rollers, let me tell you.
I mean, not for us. They rolled 1s.
Yeah, it's about the persistent damage. That's definitely something real here.
Yeah, since that just kind of got shrugged off. Damn it. I'll just sigh and try and wail into her.
Sis, you took really long to defeat the guy.
There you go, yo.
So you skillfully bring your sword around, and you daintily cut off her arms and lop off chunks of her body as you're just trying to do as much damage as possible. Automatic bleed?
Yep.
Alrighty. So she now is hemorrhaging her slime as it's kind of just slipping away from her into the drain next to her. She took what is it?
What determines what level of persistent damage it is?
12.
Oh, my attribute that I'm applying it with, which is 5, and I get to minus it one with by 1. The weapon I'm applying it with is suited for it. It's got the persistent damage thing, so I can apply the power level 6 thing.
Ooh. So it's her turn. She immediately takes Nurse 6. She's definitely badly hemorrhaging her slide. However, it is her turn. She will try to shake off the bleed. And she succeeds. Just barely. However, she is in a very much diminished state. Enough of her reassembles so that way she can attack you again. But half her face is drooping, so the otherwise smile is now a rather horrifying visage as she tries to tackle you.
Why are
It's
you?
called a smirk.
Okay,
That's
so
similar.
everyone else gets them fine. You just get to.
She actually managed to miss.
It's like the first miss we've ever seen.
It was not the first miss.
However, I believe Johannes is still hemorrhaging from the acid on him from earlier. So, let me roll the
I forgot
d6.
to-
Yeah.
You fought to shake it off, man.
Oh wait, no, I just no, wait, yeah.
Yeah. So you take a nurse 6, sir.
Hang in there, Johanna.
So you and her are both in very similar straits. Either one of you could go at this point.
Oh man.
Well, 11's
Unable
enough.
to shake the bane.
That's right. You only get the low one.
Guinevere is watching closely and eating some snacks she had on her. Don't ask where she got them out of her person.
You know, it's in irritation as he doesn't manage to actively do anything to.
Baron will offer her some dried fish or smoked salmon. Here, eat and grow.
She does take the dried fish.
Yeah, that's enough.
She does take the dried
Tell me
fish
how
and kind of
you
like.
finish her. It is not your turn.
Sorry.
Tell me how you finish her off, Johannes.
Johannes places the sword against the nape of, or sorry, the part of her neck where it meets the shoulder, and flashes her a sad smile and says, "I think our courtship isn't it?" And moves his body forward along the sword, leaving his hands behind, and uses the centripetal motion to more or less splatter her head against everything else.
Okay. So the idea is you cut her head off and send it flying?
Yep.
Alrighty. You see a bittersweet smile as you do so. And her body just crumples in a puddle, and her head, like a blob, hits the wall, falls down, and the puddle that was her body slowly creeps towards it as she slowly but surely tries to reassemble herself. Johannes wins.
Yeah.
The farmer walks up. He has a bucket of water for you if you'd like a dousing to get the acid off.
He gladly accepts and douses himself quite handily.
Alrighty. The acid is gone, and in a chunk of time, you'll be good as new, just like the rest. So, alright. I reckon that's all of y'all. So, what do you think, fellas? You ready for your next gig as a squad? Can't say I've seen you all together before, but you have the makings of something good.
Johannes nods slowly, surveys the rest of them, and says, I think I've got a good measure of it for the most part. I think the rest of it's something that we have to, be more in line with something a bit more pressing.
Now, be careful. The rest of the creatures out in the world tend to get a bit more dangerous. So, definitely watch yourselves out there.
He flashes at him and smiles and says, oh, we will. We'll make sure
Oh.
to...
And be sure to come back sometime. The girls tend to miss those they play with.
I'd be happy to play with the girls.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
He just eyes the small child dubiously.
Mind you, if my feet is naive, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you know, the part where they're going to eat you alive.
That sounds fun. I play with them. Won't let them eat me.
You know, you seem like
No.
a problem solver.
As far as slimes go, common knowledge to everyone in the Vanguard, these are one of the weakest monsters in the world.
Yep.
That are actual monsters. There's obviously monstrous critters like foxes and cats and dogs that aren't actually aggressive towards people, but they definitely look monstrous. Slimes are the most non-aggressive, dangerous things to humans in the world. As in, they're the weakest rank. So anything out there is definitely going to be stronger than these.
I don't think Satoshi was here the entire time, was he?
No, he wasn't. He was listening, though.
Okay. I mean, like, character-wise.
I'm here.
Was his character here?
You could say he was like hiding behind a slime somewhere.
No, actually, Satoshi's character is late because Johannes sent him on an errand on behalf of the squad.
Alright.
I have sent young Sigmund out to gather our camping supplies on the off chance that we get, waylaid and have to spend the night in the field.
I love a good camping trip.
I do too!
As far as Sigmund goes, he will appear in the sewer just as you guys are finishing up your training. And he will have the supplies, 2 big old bags on either side. They're low wealth items, so they were easily acquired. And obviously, the government foots some of the bill.
Hey, Mark.
Some is actually required for the.
You're picking up Nova.
You're speaking at me?
He was picking up you in the background.
Back feed. And it's like coming
I'm
back
gonna
in.
need
Hey, yo,
anyone
it's
who's
like coming
not
back
supposed
in.
to be speaking to mute.
Let me do that.
Alright.
Alright, this is better. But Sigmund, you may go ahead and introduce your character to the rest of the cast.
And the stream.
Master Johannes, I'm back with the supplies. How's the training?
Oh, excellent, Sigmund. Sigmund, this is newly minted members of the Topaz Fangs.
Oh.
This is Baron. You'll most likely get along with him the best out of the rest of them.
Ah.
The 2 small
Baron
ones.
flexes.
Just proceeds to greet and flexing.
Oh, God.
Johannes waits patiently, but after 5 minutes, he wraps up Sigmund on the top of his head with his baldric and says, "Pay attention now."
Hi.
This is Guinevere, the small one. She's a druid, so
Hi!
Pleased to meet you.
the other small one is Claire. The large one is her golem.
Claire just stares at him blankly.
She
You should
is
talk more, child.
Hello?
Hello.
She just waves a little half-heartedly.
the horny one is Sicaria.
The what?
The horny. What is that?
She has no horns on her head. Wait, no, yes, she does.
He flashes her a grin so that she knows that he was just playing around.
Or maybe he's hitting on her. Who knows?
I'm not interested.
Why
You're not
would I?
interested in your horns?
Well, one of them is missing.
Like, I'm literal minded, so I don't know how, like, which version of literal it would be. It's just like,
And
Well, the
I
literal
am
version
naive, so I have no
horny.
idea anything.
Yeah, I know, but it's like also, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like,
It's just funny.
Okay. Just shrugs and like I guess like kind of.
So how was their training?
Oh, kind of looks around at everyone with decent admiration, except for Sicaria. He kind of shrugs and says, "Well enough. We have some gaps in our defenses, but some people that are fairly well-rounded. Those small ones both have the ability to frontline if necessary. Baron's, well, he kind of gives him a rueful smile and says, "You can take a punishment, that's for certain.
And deal it.
And deal it." I was getting to that part.
Great, indeed.
And then
Oh,
Sicaria...
Church of Iron, right? You look like it.
Hmm?
Church of Iron, you remember, right? I feel like
I
I've
go
seen you.
often, but I usually work out on the beach.
At this point, even Guinevere rolls her eyes and just like, oh my god, there's two of them.
Anyway, and Sicaria seems like she needs to have a place behind someone rather bulky. She seems like she's effective, just didn't get much of an opportunity. She's a bit more delicate side, I'd imagine. Just shrugs and looks at her like plaintively, like that's about what I observed. So, squad tactics are as follows. You, I, and Baron will obviously be in the front. Sicaria seems like she needs to be somewhere in the middle. Guinevere can be wherever she pleases, considering she has the most versatility. And, of course,
I need to stay around you guys anyways. I have to keep the magic from going bad.
yes, I mean in a fight. And then Claire is somewhere towards the back, with her golem being somewhere towards the front.
I think
Sounds
we're
like
good.
a good idea. But what about our new friend here? Will he also participate in the training?
Who?
I
Oh,
point at Sigmund.
yes! He must. He must participate.
Come, show us your moves. Show me.
All right.
Initiation. I think that's what it's called.
been
Aw.
initiated.
Let's
see how the-
hops down, like motions towards the platform, says, "Oh, get on with it. We've got to get moving, so make it quick if you don't mind."
All right. Of course.
Oh, we got another one, huh?
Yeah, this should be
Wow.
the last one.
The girls are always pleased to have another. All right, Francine, you're up. Yes, master.
Give him a good hug.
So like right here?
All right, we're gonna roll initiative, but not real initiative, just agility, since you're already in the turn tracker for other reasons.
Let's see. Oh, what the? Oh, wrong character sheet. I just clicked Satoshi.
Only a 12. You got a solid shot.
All right. Give me a second. Numbers.
Oh.
You narrowly came out on top. So as she's slithering towards you, you have the upper hand. Go ahead and take your turn.
All right. The Church of Iron. I use bolster strength. Where's that?
Is that major action?
Oh, the sound stopped.
I
Boom,
believe
sorry,
so.
All right. You have successfully acquired, I guess, a power level 3.
That's a
On all my
16 needed.
faithfuls.
Roll a 19, so he's good. So he has a. So you're choosing might, right?
Yep.
Oh wait, never mind.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Might has advantage now. Cool. Alright, it is her turn. She will. Right? Unless you have anything else you'd like to do.
Let's see. I'm just gonna. Let's see. How much distance can I create? Like, how far is the ring we're fighting in?
How
Actually,
big
no. I'll
is
stay.
your-
You know, I'll stay. I'll stay here.
Alrighty. She'll slither on up to you. It looks like she's walking, though in reality, her puddle is gliding beneath her. She has a very sensual form, and as she works her way over to you, she smiles daintily. At least you think it's a smile, as her face is constantly dripping. And then she goes to give you a hug.
Oh, I love hugs.
Don't knock it till you try it, man.
How about 20 versus toughness?
What's your toughness at?
16.
All right. You take the difference, and you are now taking ongoing acid damage as she hugs you, and her slime gets on you and immediately starts to sizzle at your cloak, and some of it splashed on your face.
It's alright, I have pride in my body.
All right. Go ahead and track the health if you haven't already, as you're about ready to take your first dose of some more. All right. At the beginning of all your turns, you're going to take a D6 until you get rid of it.
Gotcha.
So you take an extra 5 onto what you took before.
Alright.
And now it's your turn. To get rid of a Bane, you use your move action. And you, in this case, will roll 2d20s and take lowest, as she has a potent Bane feature.
Alright, I'll go ahead and use my move action now, see if I can resist the acid. So,
You're unable to get it off.
allow me to return the favor. And I bring my sword up and come straight down.
Now you do use your minor to sustain bolster, right?
Doing mine as a sustain. That's gonna be.
So you're making a damage a good attack. There you go.
So her whole body flexes around your sword as you come down. It's like you're slicing a sandwich. And then her body can't flex anymore, and it actually enters her body. And then it ends with you hitting the ground beneath her, and her body just slips right back together. And she
Cut it right in half.
you did do some damage. You did, let's see here, 8 damage.
Nice. Good job. Well, you're out of actions.
Yep. So it is now her turn. She's going to go ahead and try to hug you again because she's so happy to be playing with you. $16 versus toughness.
My toughness is exactly 16, so how's that work?
So she does a minimum 3 damage. And you are obviously still taking ongoing slime damage. So after the 3 you're taking right now, I'm going to roll the d6 for your ongoing, and it's your turn.
Alrighty then. Alright.
Could you keep track of your health with your token?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me. Where is that?
I mean, I can pull up your character sheet, but it's just easier if...
There you go.
Thanks.
Let me roll to see if I can get rid of this acid. Strength. Church of Vine didn't like
Fortunately,
it.
you are not. So that is 2 fails. Fail 1 more, and you got the acid for the next minute.
Alright. Actual minor action, sustain. And another swing with the sword.
Oh.
Unfortunately, your sword comes around, and she actually evades it, not even trying, as she was just so excited to touch your arm because it looks so muscly.
I'm
you
flattered.
do a minimum 3 damage as your sword smacks into the puddle at her feet. She winces a little. Of course, she's going to try to hug you again.
Hugs.
Might even be a smooch in there this time.
Aw.
It definitely felt like it.
I'm gonna call this episode "Don't Let a Hot Slime Hug You."
That's 11 damage.
God. Oh, I'm at 1. Oof, oof, oof. Tough to-
That means you're down next turn.
Yep, it is your turn. So as she
Oh,
hugs you and gives you a big old smooch, the acid eats away at you, and you're like, "It hurts so good," and then you collapse.
He just sounds like this.
She just keeps on kissing you. Your skin is getting puckered a bit as the acid is slowly making its way across your skin. Of course, the farmer, the rancher, he just walks up with a bucket of water and douses the both of you. You are cleansed of the acid, and she is washed away into a drain. She eventually pieces herself back together. She looks like she's pouting. I wanted to play with him some more.
next time. Man, I need more practice.
So, Johannes wakes back up with 1 HP.
Wait, what?
Alright. Wait, 1 HP?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Johannes. I mean, Sigmund.
It's like, when did I get down? Oh.
Alright, let me take care of that then. I'm gonna start healing myself.
Oh, well, before you can even try, Danny Guinevere just goes ahead and does it for you. I was like walking up after you fell unconscious and just...
He just flexes and all his muscles are back.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, oh jeez. I wouldn't have made the roll anyway.
Oh, Christ.
All right. Now, because you failed the roll, you actually wound up hurting yourself some more. So you flexed, and
Fall back into
instead of
unconscious.
healing yourself, yeah, you fall back into unconsciousness. It was too much strain on your body too soon.
Jeez.
Guinevere is going to have to step in.
Yeah, it's like... Well, my turn.
On the D20 and that one.
Oh, shit!
It only
So-
goes worse.
You try to alter the places where he's been scorched and burned to try and piece him back together, and you actually tear more lesions in his body. He is having bad dreams.
Bad luck.
Bad dreams.
How are you people doing?
Christ, you guys.
It doesn't
I can
normally work
try.
like this. Doesn't normally work like this.
Claire just.
Whoa, what the fuck is
What?
with those challenge ratings?
What's with the
What-
power
what-
level?
You probably put him in too
Yeah,
high.
it should just
You
be
put it,
12.
Just be
22? At 22, we do make the regeneration, so.
should be 1.
Yeah, it's
and-
good, though. It does do it.
Gee whiz, guys. So after everyone pitched in their efforts, Sigmund is back to full health. He's had enough. I mean, his body feels like it's been through a strainer, but he's coming out. He's ready to go. And Johannes, your first man there, he put up a good fight, but them slimes, you know.
Let's not hurt. Every time, he just like got really hurt more every time we failed, and it was just like, okay, what?
I pat Sigmund. Do not worry. We will work your weakness out of your body with weight.
Johannes is just.
Yes,
like,
wait,
face to
wait.
face on the-
Wait, what is today?
Today is back and shoulders today.
Oh, yeah!
What?
I just flex my chest. What?
I'm just.
Johannes face.
Guinevere's just like, what? Why? What's wrong with your back and shoulders?
They are not strong enough.
I mean, they look pretty strong.
They can always become stronger.
Longer and bigger.
There is always a taller mountain to climb. No distance too far. Oh, you. The girls All right.
Sigmund, why did you stop your training?
Oh, the slime girls want you to lift them.
What's up?
There's,
Sigmund, why did you stop your training?
I
Have you been slacking?
have lots of stuff with the family recently, to be honest.
Sigmund,
But
if I
too
have
much
to
a bigger
worry-
deal.
Sigmund, if I have to worry about you being killed on the field, I'm sending you home.
Okay.
at least we know we can do it if it's one-on-one. Alright.
But he couldn't.
No.
Just
We
kind
can
of
do it!
You wanna know the best part about having a squad? It's never one-on-one.
I barely.
Mhm.
Okay, out of all of us, who took the least amount of damage? Because I only took like one hit.
Technically, I did.
Well, yeah. But I'm counting your Clockerton.
I think in terms of damage, I might have taken the most since I have a lot of health.
Yeah, I took like 6 damage and that was it. Before I squished.
Sounds a lot of meta right now.
Sorry.
A lot of metagaming.
This is
Last
OC.
I checked, you guys were having a deep discussion about muscles, lifting,
That's right.
and Johannes was trying to decide should he leave them behind.
Yes. That was a very important discussion.
Why would we be discussing for so long?
Right. All right. So what we'd like to do now, Johannes, it's back in your court.
Jonas looks at the people he has assembled, sighs, and shakes his head and says, honestly, I should send most of you back, and we should not do things together until we have all of the members prepared, but feeling charitable in that it was mostly, well, a bit of naivete on some of our parts, and we can grow together into a squad better than we can have individual, shall we say, equipment measuring. However, it gives me a good baseline as to what your abilities are and what everyone's capable of.
I haven't even shown off all my skills yet. To be honest.
Neither have I, neither is she, neither is he, neither is he, neither is her. Kind of shrugs. No, there's no way that you would spend all of your abilities on one fight with an opponent.
I'm gonna roll stick strength and just continue to maintain it.
Like, everyone did pretty well. You got a good bearing to go on of. And I think it's time that we went out and we started doing our job.
Perhaps a team exercise with the slimes?
I mean, it's almost like got 30 minutes till it's in, so you might as well.
That's not exactly the order of precedence here. If you have less than an hour, then a big old team-on-team fight would not be finished by the time we need to wrap up.
True.
True.
So if we start it, we need to go in with the knowledge that we will likely not finish it until next week.
Jonas just more or less looks at Claire and shakes his head and says, I don't think that's entirely necessary. I know you might dislike my reasoning for it, but you don't take fights seriously that don't have anything on the line. We're going to be more effective in learning to work together as we're forced to deal with the terrain and the things around us. Combat synergy is one thing. It's fairly easy and it's fairly intuitive for most people to figure out. You let the big people stand in the front, you let the small people stand in the back, and you do what you can in the meantime. It's the little things, the who carries the heaviest pack, when do you break for meals, who's the best kind of cook, the camaraderie, the interim.
I can cook very well, actually.
Baron. It's the interim things that make all the difference.
I haven't seen Goku Cell Saga, sorry.
So, we could go through the combat thing, but I feel like everyone has a good grasp of what everyone is more or less capable of. You don't have to expound for several fights, and I feel as if, well, it's time for us to be going. We'll get more camaraderie and we'll understand each other better on the road than we will through just wantonly smacking slime girls about the head.
Of course, Master Johannes.
Or letting them hug us.
For that. So,
Yeah, like if you had to visualize the fights, you guys were executing your skills with precision. But most of the fights was getting chased around by girls trying to hug you. And when they glomped you, you felt it.
They tried to hug the bear. Bear said no.
They hugged my leg.
So, what would we like to do now?
I would say
take a mission.
I'd say probably like find one of the missions, and then we'll like start traveling there, and then watch we arrive the next time.
I agree to that.
So it sounds to me like people want to go back to the barracks to look at the jobs.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Sounds good.
All
Yes, yes,
right.
yes.
You guys collect yourselves. You brush yourselves off, and you leave the sewers behind. As you're going, you pass several passages that snake back and forth. They're spick and span, and the whole place smells fairly nice. Very unsewer-like. You even see some of the girls drifting after you, waving goodbye. And then you emerge back
Guinevere
into
waves
town.
back. Guinevere does wave back to the slime girls as she leaves.
Cool.
Have fun
All right.
eating our poop.
Once you guys get back into town, you immediately exit from under the bridge that you used to enter it the first time around. Turn the corner and walk up several stairs. Please mute whoever's not speaking. And after you guys mount the stairs, you see a commotion going on. Several people have gathered around. There's whispers, and people are all looking in a singular direction. Pushing forward, you see that there's a large troll. However, the troll has been turned to stone. His hand is outstretched, as if pleading no. His face is stricken with fear, and in his hand he is holding nothing. His hand's cupped as if it was holding something, but there is nothing there. Sukaria, what do you do?
I'm gonna go up and polymorph him back into a troll.
I'm going to flex at the troll and try to wipe away the bane affecting him.
But the polymorph is a bane, meaning it's only temporary.
It can be permanent.
It'll
higher
it'll
levels.
be for an hour.
And generally it's changing creatures into other creatures. Right now he's an object. Can you polymorph objects?
It says target. So
Okay. Alrighty. You try to turn him back into a troll-like creature. Go ahead and make the roll.
alright. So alteration versus toughness. Where's polymorph?
But don't I get to go first?
Not in this particular case, as Sukaria is top of the turn now that Baron went first time.
There we go. Flank.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Alright,
Yeah.
alright.
See, because every action moves the party forward. Now, you go up and you immediately touch him. You start shifting, the stone quivers and quakes, and then stops. You take your hand back, you're like, did nothing happen? It didn't look like you changed. And then the statue loses its balance, and he tumbles over and shatters into several thousand pieces of stone. Everyone stands back so as not to step on his pieces as they all go,
Was
So, at after Sicaria, it's Sigmund.
I'm assuming we're up here uptown, by the way.
No, we're still technically in the sewers.
Sigmund, you are muted. You're not in the sewers. I'm gonna move you guys.
Shoot, I forgot to unmute myself. Sorry about that. Let's see. Let's see. So what about this troll? Like, I kind of cut out the...
So this troll, you didn't really get the chance to meet him, but the party did. When you walked out, this troll was a statue on the side of the road. It looked like he was afraid of something and had something in his hand. However, after whatever happened to him, he was stoned. Karia attempted to try and morph him back into a person, but failed. And since she did not voice what she was attempting to do, it looked like she merely walked over to him and toppled him over.
Oof. Let's see.
Would I recognize this?
So if I
this was
if I kind of like approach him, does he react? The troll?
The troll is in pieces. It does not react.
Oh, it's
And
broken.
still a stone as well. It was a statue that is now shattered.
Let's see. If I were to use like heal or regeneration, would that actually work on this in this case?
What's the word?
I mean, I can give it a try. It says heal whatever number, like dice number.
Unfortunately, if this was a creature, it is definitely dead now.
Okay.
So heal would not apply in this particular case.
Alright.
Basically, he's telling us we can't talk to him.
You may want to put the stone back together if possible. But then his body, if it was a body, wouldn't go back together either. So, it's kind of a puzzler. What would you like to do? There's also several people around whispering and kind of wondering what you guys are doing.
Well, if we can get the statue back together, I could attempt to restore it back to flesh.
Can I somehow use transmutation? Just kind of like try to touch each individual piece or something.
Transmutation can turn stuff into other stuff, but until he's reunited, you're just turning one piece of him into another thing, temporarily, of course.
Oh, can I, like, make glue so I can glue all the pieces
You
together?
actually do have glue on your person.
That would be in your tools, Tinker's tools.
Yep.
But mind you, that would probably take a long time. It's a lot of pieces.
So
Claire,
you
was
could
it?
try collecting.
You think it seems like you have an idea to put the statue back together? This victim back together?
She takes out some glue from her tool belt.
Are you the type that's good with puzzles?
I was highest in my class.
Oh,
She is really smart.
So, like, do we have a broom?
Is it like mini pieces or like tiny pieces or what?
You got various sizes.
Mm.
Claire, you know that Kerklocken has compartments you may be able to store the stone pieces in and carry him back to the barracks if you wish.
That's a good idea. And then we can build them back there where we have all the time in the world.
So what do you think, Sigmund?
yeah, let's do that if we really want to help this guy out.
Alrighty. Sounds like Sigmund and Claire have action items. Johannes, is there anything you would like to do, or would you just help them and go on back to the barracks?
I have something I want to do.
Well, it's not your turn yet.
Yeah, Johannes just
Just what?
sighs, walks up to Sakari and says, "What was your plan? You just knock him over."
Well, he should have turned back into himself, but instead, he fell over. Even though I didn't really touch him that much.
Johannes just sighs and says, "Next time, could you keep us abreast of your actions? I don't
Yeah.
mind wanting to help him. I just, well, he might have been able to do something a little bit more effective." He just kind of shrugs and says, "In any case, I imagine that Claire is adept at mending. You yourself seem to be skilled with transmutation. Well, let's figure out what's going on. Might have some kind of criminal going on."
Move. Spooky.
Alrighty. Guinevere, it is your turn.
I wanted to inspect the pieces. See who
Alright,
might have done this.
While the others are scooping it up, you are able to make a check for me. Let's see here. What would you like to discern?
See if this is like druidically done, or specific something like something I would know with my
So
tribe.
you would like to try to perceive the nature of the petrification,
Yes.
assuming this wasn't a statue before.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and give me a logic roll.
Logic, not perception.
No. I mean, you look at it, it's clearly stone, but you need to discern if what you're seeing about the stone is of a petrification or something else.
I got a 5.
You are unable to discern the nature of this petrification. However, you do believe it is petrification. So you think this was the troll from before. How he got this way, though, you have no idea. And what exactly turned him into this, you're not sure either. All right. Well, that brings us back around to the top. Baron was the most familiar with the troll. How do you feel?
I feel terrible. I look at the Sakari like, why would you do that?
Because
He was already a rock, and then you shattered him.
that's
Just what
not
did he do to
happened.
you? Baron just shakes his head.
Let's try to put them back together.
Yep,
We put
and
him back to,
I'm
like,
trying to
what
pick
you-
up his pieces.
Sakari is
hope-
trying to speak.
What do you hope to accomplish by putting him back together? And you have a bunch of glued pieces of flesh back together.
I have an idea.
It was
go
better
ahead
than
and-
shattering him.
I will allow the druid to make another logic roll.
Oh, can I do one too?
Oh wait, no. Learning. I'll allow the smart people to do a learning roll.
Oh, I was feeling dumb.
Who else got learning?
I think Guinevere can make a learning roll as well.
I mean, I guess I make a learning roll. It's just 1d20. That's it.
All right. This one was about trolls in general. They have very incredible regenerative properties. You think, assuming you can lift the stoning, he might be able to survive, maybe. So this means that your guys' efforts to piece him back together would not be fruitless if you choose to share that information.
Let's go back to the barracks. We can fix them there.
If nothing else, we shall have artwork.
On other news, I have to, I gotta go.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for coming. We're going to wrap up here in like 6 minutes anyway.
Alright, thanks for having me.
Bye.
Okay. That said, unless Sicaria has something she would like to do, we're going to go ahead and return to the barracks.
Oh, like I can return turn him back from stone if you really want to share the information.
Zakaria, you're muted.
No, she wasn't. She said a thing.
Yeah? It was like, great, you have a bunch of glued pieces of flesh together. That's not a human. Well, troll.
Troll.
Well, Novama asked if there's anything else you wanted to do, unless I misheard.
It's okay. Trolls can regenerate. You'll get lucky.
Hmm.
But it has to be
I
alive.
just want to see if I can put him back to
regenerate.
flesh.
We can put him back to flesh. I have a way.
Yes, but he has to be
I
alive.
mean, I've got a way right now.
Let's wait until he's back together first. Alright.
Alrighty. Well, you guys, through some debating, arrive back at your barracks. You notice that several people witnessed Zukaria toppling him, breaking him, and then the rest of you guys seemingly cleaning up as you guys take the troll and just leave. Your colors and who you are is very apparent.
We should have asked witnesses.
And anyway, you guys make it back to your barracks unmolested. At which point you are free to unload Kerklaken of the pieces, and you may begin the long and arduous task of piecing together the million-piece man. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Next week, we'll pick up with this. We can either continue to assemble the troll and or take on some quests.
I have an
Or
idea.
who knows what else we'll do. And considering you guys were the last ones seen by the statue that you seemingly broke and carried off, who knows what that might bring to your doorstep. So, that is session 1. Thank you all for participating. And please let me know if there's any problems, questions, concerns, suggestions.
That was wonderful. I loved it.
Mhm.
And the story was good. And I guess we'll see you all next time with the Topaz Fang Force. Yes.